What's good? You rocking with your boys are all rights reserved, coming to you with another day. We got other stuff I plan to talk about, but we're going to swiftly talk about 6ix9ine and the RICO law. Now, I want to come to you, CommenterNation, the greatest nation since United Nation. Shout to y'all. Shout to y'all holding it down. People doing that weird stuff once again, and she is moot. And I made sure she heard me. If he's proud of that, come on, bro. Y'all don't be playing around and she hop out looking like that. Have more respect for the czar. Really? You going... Dog. Oh, man. Let's get into it. Now, here's what I want to say swiftly about the RICO law. Something you got to understand. And, here she comes again. Here's what I want to say about the RICO law. These type of charges are deep. When it comes to a RICO law charge, it's not just one facade to it, because they're alleging over a period of time they have several acts that have built a case for them to build your character and build a criminal activity. Now, the thing that's sad about this is 6ix9ine was already on probation. If someone was on probation and, you know, they're going through the motions and they have things going on, it makes it worse when the charges come down. There's going to be less room for them to have mercy on you. Now, here's the thing. 6ix9ine was picked up last. And when someone's picked up last, that always leads you to believe that maybe they weren't doing the things I hear other YouTubers saying it. Like I said, be careful how you guys deliver it, saying he was telling. No. Only thing I heard him tell publicly was that there were shows that were being set up and he was being gypped by a management that he fired, but shortly after, now he's facing these charges. Do you think that's linked in some way, shape, or form? We're going to find out. On these type of cases, it's best to play it quiet and not really accuse anyone of anything, because it could be any assortment of evidence that people are linking to him, and he could have not even been around. He could have been not even focused on that situation. They could just be dropping his name for all we know. But when they pick him up, you know, there has to be something that's linking him to the situation. That's the only thing, but we don't know exactly what. And if you don't know what someone did, you really can't say what it is that is going to lead them to actually being justified for them being charged with something. And his money can buy some of the best lawyers, so we're going to see how this pans out. Now, something else to keep in mind is that he has an album about to drop called Dummy Boy. And here's my thing. Is he talking about himself? Is he saying this in a cool, hip way? But now they're really trying to turn him into what that album is made to be cool, into a literal sense. This is something that we see many times. Albums explain a scenario or a situation a lot of artists go through. That's why the energy you put into your music and the way that you carry yourself is going to be the longevity you bring in the game. Now, we just talked about him making music for longevity and staying away from doing certain things. If he has a past that is indicative of acting and behaving a certain way that has infringed upon others, this is the way of life. You can't infringe upon others but then get blessings thrown your way because you use the backs of many people and the heads of many people just to make your success. That's a lot that has destroyed many careers without them even trying, because the way they built themselves up. That's the danger when you're an artist. You can't participate in the same things everybody else does. And I mean, whether he was holding to what he represented or whether he was holding to an oath he took to be in a certain gang, there's a certain way to behave yourself to make sure you're here for the long run. The sad thing is now you jeopardize that because of the situation you're in. Your money, your prestige won't matter in a RICO law sentence. It won't matter. Shout to the TheCzarr report. I learned all about RICO laws and how these type of things are scarier than a murder trial, because what they're saying is we have evidence. We have it. We're not searching for it. The bill of information was probably made a couple years ago. We were just sitting on it to see what else you do. That's the scary part about a RICO law. We're going to see how it pans out. The management's involved, his closest guys. So this is getting edgy. So best thing is to play it quiet and objectively see how things unroll instead of making speculation, calling people snitches and all types of weird stuff YouTubers are doing now. But you know how we rock. Authentic, Commenter Nation, and that's forever. All rights reserved.